Most people spend their lives stuck in the same patterns, same struggles, same excuses, same results. They want success, but they have no real plan. And without a plan, you're just drifting. 6 months from now, you'll either be in the exact same place or you'll be unrecognizable. More energy, more confidence, more momentum, more success, because you decided to execute. This isn't about motivation. It's about strategy. It's about rewiring your mind, fueling your body, developing unstoppable discipline, adapting to anything, and scaling your results to a level most people only dream of. You want change? Then lock in, because this is the 6-month success plan that will take you there. Clarity creates power. Most people drift through life without a clear vision. They wake up, go through their routines, handle whatever comes their way, and repeat the cycle. But here's the truth. If you don't have a compelling vision, you'll never create a compelling life. Clarity is the foundation of all success, because without it, you don't know where you're going, and if you don't know where you're going, you'll end up wherever life takes you. And let me tell you, that's never the place you actually want to be. Think about the most successful people in any industry, any walk of life. They didn't stumble into greatness. They saw it, felt it, believed in it before it even happened. They had a vision so strong it pulled them forward even when things got tough. Clarity is not just about setting goals, it's about defining your ultimate purpose and aligning every thought, decision, and action toward that purpose. You must get specific. It's not enough to say, I want to be successful. What does that mean to you? Is it financial freedom, a thriving business, peak physical health, deep relationships? You need to drill down into the details. Instead of saying, I want to be rich, decide exactly how much you want to earn, by when, and how you'll achieve it. Instead of saying, I want to be healthy, define your ideal fitness level, your daily habits, your diet, your routine. The more specific you get, the more powerful your vision becomes. And it's not just about what you want, it's about why you want it. Your why is your fuel. It's what keeps you pushing forward when things get tough. If your goal is to build $1 million business, why? Is it to provide security for your family, to create freedom, to impact lives? The deeper your why, the stronger your drive. Most people quit because their goals don't have enough emotional power behind them. But when you have a reason so strong it brings tears to your eyes, nothing can stop you. Once you have clarity on what you want and why you want it, the next step is to make it real. You must see it, feel it, experience it in your mind every single day. This is where visualization comes in. High performers don't just set goals and forget about them. They immerse themselves in the reality of their future success. Every morning, before the chaos of the day takes over, close your eyes and see yourself living the life you're building. Feel the emotions, hear the sounds, see the colors. The brain doesn't know the difference between what's real and vividly imagined, and when you constantly reinforce your vision, your mind starts working to make it a reality. But here's where most people fail. They think clarity alone is enough. They set goals, write them down, maybe even create a vision board, but then they don't back it up with the right actions. Clarity creates power, but only if it's followed by consistent, intentional execution. That's why your vision must translate into a concrete plan. Break it down into milestones, set deadlines, and create daily habits that align with your goal. If you want to build a thriving business, what are you doing every single day to get there? If you want to transform your body, what's your nutrition plan, your workout schedule, your recovery strategy? Success is never one massive leap. It's the small disciplined steps taken consistently. Another crucial part of clarity is knowing what to eliminate. Most people don't fail because they don't have the right strategy. They fail because they're drowning in distractions. If you want to create a powerful life, you have to cut out the noise. What habits, people, or patterns are holding you back? Are you wasting hours scrolling social media, consuming negativity, surrounding yourself with people who drain your energy? If something isn't serving your vision, it has no place in your life. Clarity is about alignment, making sure every aspect of your life supports your ultimate goal. When you're truly aligned with your purpose, everything changes. You wake up with energy, you move with certainty, and every action you take is intentional. You stop settling for good enough and start demanding the best from yourself. And when you operate at that level, success becomes inevitable. Massive action wins. Most people don't fail because they lack potential. They fail because they never take enough action to see their potential turn into results. They overthink, procrastinate, and hesitate, waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, the perfect conditions. But success doesn't wait for perfection. It rewards those who take relentless, consistent, and massive action. If you want to change your life in 6 months, you need to go all in. No more dipping your toes in the water, no more playing it safe. The only way to create extraordinary results is to take extraordinary action. The biggest mistake people make is getting stuck in planning mode. They set goals, read books, watch motivational videos, and feel like they're making progress, but they're not actually doing anything. Knowledge without action is useless. You don't need another book, you need to execute. You don't need another strategy, you need to start. Because the truth is, you will never have all the answers before you begin. Clarity comes from action, not the other way around. The more you do, the more you learn, the more you adapt. Massive action is about intensity, but it's also about consistency. It's not about working 16-hour days for a week and then burning out. It's about showing up every single day, no matter what, even when you don't feel like it, even when things aren't going your way. Because momentum is built through consistency. Success is not a single breakthrough moment, it's a series of daily wins that compound over time. The problem is most people operate at a low level of action. They do what's comfortable, what's convenient, what they've always done. They take average levels of action and expect extraordinary results. That will never happen. If you want to be among the best, you have to do what others won't. You have to outwork, outlearn, and outlast the competition. You have to push beyond your limits, challenge yourself, and demand more from yourself than anyone else ever could. But let's get real. Taking massive action isn't easy. Your mind will try to stop you. It will create excuses, tell you you're too tired, too busy, not ready. That's why you must override it. You have to condition yourself to take action, even when you don't feel like it. Motivation is unreliable. It fades. Discipline is what separates those who succeed from those who talk about success. You must train yourself to move forward no matter what. One of the biggest breakthroughs you can have is realizing that fear and uncertainty will never go away. Too many people wait until they feel ready before they start, but that moment never comes. Action is what creates confidence. The more you do, the more your self-belief grows. The more you push through discomfort, the more unstoppable you become. Fear doesn't disappear, it just loses its power over you. If you want massive results, raise your standards. Look at your daily actions and ask yourself, am I operating at the highest level possible, or am I just doing enough to get by? Are you making the calls, putting in the reps, pushing beyond what's comfortable? If not, it's time to step up, because your results will always match your level of effort. Taking massive action isn't just about working harder, it's about working smarter. It's about prioritizing the things that move the needle, cutting out distractions and focusing on what truly matters. Success isn't built on being busy, it's built on being productive. So stop waiting, stop hesitating, and start executing. Your mindset is your limit. Everything you want in life starts in one place, your mind. Your mindset determines how you see the world, how you interpret challenges, and ultimately whether you succeed or fail. The truth is, most people are not held back by external circumstances. They are trapped by their own beliefs. They think they're not smart enough, not skilled enough, not lucky enough, but the only thing standing between where you are and where you want to be is the way you think. Change your mindset and you change your reality. Most people have built invisible walls around themselves and they don't even realize it. These walls are made of limiting beliefs, stories they've told themselves for years about why they can't do something. Maybe they failed in the past, so they assume they'll fail again. Maybe someone told them they weren't good enough and they believed it. These beliefs become their truth and they live inside a prison of their own making. But what if those walls were never real? What if you could break through them at any moment? The only thing keeping them in place is your decision to accept them. The moment you decide to change the story, you rewrite your future. Every successful person has had moments of doubt, fear, and failure. But the difference is, they don't let those moments define them. They don't let fear control their actions. Instead, they rewire their minds to see failure as a lesson, challenges as opportunities, and obstacles as stepping stones. The most powerful shift you can make is understanding that your thoughts create your reality. If you constantly tell yourself you're not good enough, your brain will find proof to support that belief. But if you condition your mind to believe that success is inevitable, that you are unstoppable, that you are capable of more than you ever imagined, your actions will start aligning with that belief. Rewiring your mindset is not something that happens overnight. It requires daily conditioning. Just like a muscle, your mind needs training. If you don't consciously feed it the right thoughts, it will default to negativity, fear, and doubt. That's why you need to be intentional about what you allow into your mind. What are you reading? Who are you surrounding yourself with? What kind of language do you use when you talk about yourself? Every thought, every word, every influence shapes your mindset. If you want to transform your life, you must first transform your mental environment. One of the biggest mindset shifts you can make is moving from a fixed mindset to a growth mind. A fixed mindset says, this is just how I am, I've never been good at this, or I don't have what it takes. A growth mindset says, I can learn, I can improve, I can figure this out. The most successful people in the world didn't start with all the answers. They started with the belief that they could find them. Another key to mastering your mindset is learning how to control your emotional state. Most people react to life, they let external circumstances dictate how they feel. If something goes wrong, they feel defeated. If they face rejection, they take it personally. But those who achieve greatness don't let emotions control them, they control their emotions. They train themselves to shift into a peak state at will. They use their physiology, how they move, how they breathe, how they carry themselves to change their mental and emotional state instantly. When you learn to master your emotions, you become unstoppable. One of the most powerful ways to reprogram your mind is through repetition. The brain learns through repetition. If you've been telling yourself negative stories for years, you need to flood your mind with new, empowering beliefs every single day. Affirmations, visualization, and relentless self-conditioning are not just feel-good exercises. They are tools for rewiring your subconscious mind. You don't become confident by accident. You build confidence by repeatedly reinforcing the belief that you are capable. You don't become fearless overnight. You become fearless by proving to yourself over and over again that fear is an illusion. Your environment plays a massive role in shaping your mindset. Who you surround yourself with will either lift you up or pull you down. If you're constantly around people who complain, who settle, who don't push themselves, it's going to be nearly impossible to elevate your thinking. But if you put yourself in rooms where people are striving for more, where growth is the standard, where success is expected, your mindset will automatically start to rise. If you want to expand your limits, expand your environment. You are not your past, you are not your failures, you are not your fears. The only thing that matters is the decision you make right now to shift your mindset and take control of your future. Energy fuels success.
Success is not just about mindset and strategy, it's about energy. Without the right energy, even the best plans will fall apart. Energy is the fuel that drives action, the force that determines whether you push forward or stay stuck. The difference between people who execute at the highest level and those who struggle isn't just talent or intelligence, it's the level of energy they bring to everything they do. High energy equals high performance. If you want to achieve more, you need to elevate your energy. Your physical body is the foundation of your energy. Most people operate in a constant state of exhaustion, fueled by poor nutrition, lack of movement, and chronic stress. They wake up tired, rely on caffeine to get through the day, and wonder why they can't stay motivated. But if your body isn't optimized, your mind won't be either. Peak performance starts with taking care of your body. Food is fuel. Everything you eat eat either gives you energy or drains it. If you're filling your body with processed junk, sugar, and empty calories, you're operating at a fraction of your potential. If you want sustained energy, you need to feed your body the right nutrients: lean proteins, healthy fats, complex carbs, and plenty of water. Hydration alone can transform your energy levels. Most people walk around dehydrated, not realizing that even mild dehydration leads to fatigue, brain fog, and lack of focus. Movement is another critical factor. The human body was designed to move, yet most people spend their days sitting at a desk, sitting in a car, sitting on the couch, and then they wonder why they feel sluggish and uninspired. Exercise isn't just about looking good, it's about feeling good. It releases endorphins, increases blood flow, and enhances brain function. Even just a few minutes of movement can shift your energy instantly. The key is to make it a habit. Whether it's lifting weights, running, yoga, or even just walking, movement must be a non-negotiable part of your daily routine. But energy isn't just physical, it's mental and emotional. If you constantly feed your mind negativity, if you're surrounded by people who drain you, if you allow stress to dominate your thoughts, your energy will suffer. Protecting your mental energy is just as important as taking care of your body. This means setting boundaries, eliminating toxic influences, and actively filling your mind with inspiration, learning, and growth. The content you consume, the conversations you have, and the thoughts you entertain all impact your energy level. Another key to maintaining high energy is managing stress effectively. Stress is one of the biggest energy killers, and in today's world, most people live in a constant state of stress. The problem isn't stress itself, it's how you handle it. Learning how to control your breath, shift your focus, and train your mind to stay calm under pressure can completely change your energy. Practices like meditation, deep breathing, and mindfulness aren't just trendy, they are scientifically proven to reduce stress and boost mental clarity. Sleep is another area most people neglect. You cannot operate at your peak if you're running on 4 or 5 hours of sleep. Your body needs rest to recover, your brain needs rest to function, and your performance depends on it. High achievers don't see sleep as a luxury, they see it as a strategy. Getting quality sleep, optimizing your sleep environment, and having a nighttime routine can make the difference between waking up exhausted and waking up ready to dominate the day. Adapt and overcome success is never a straight path. It's filled with unexpected challenges, obstacles, and moments that test your resilience. Most people see setbacks as stop signs, but those who achieve greatness understand that challenges are simply part of the process. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't isn't talent or luck. It's the ability to adapt, adjust, and keep moving forward no matter what. Life will throw curveballs, the economy will shift, plans will fall apart, but the one thing you always control is how you respond. The most successful people are not those who avoid problems, but those who face them head on. They don't waste time complaining about what went wrong, they immediately shift into solution mode. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? They ask, what can I learn from this? How can I use this to my advantage? This mindset shift is the key to resilience. When you stop seeing problems as barriers and start seeing them as opportunities to grow, you become unstoppable. Most people get stuck because they are attached to a specific way of doing things. They create a plan, and when it doesn't work, they get frustrated, discouraged, and quit. But the truth is, no plan survives first contact with reality. You must be flexible, willing to pivot, and constantly learning. If one approach isn't working, try another. If one door closes, find another way in. Those who succeed are not necessarily the smartest or the most talented. They are the ones who refuse to give up. Embracing uncertainty is one of the most powerful skills you can develop. Most people fear the unknown, so they stay in their comfort zones, avoiding risks and missing opportunities. But the greatest rewards are always on the other side of uncertainty. When you train yourself to become comfortable with being uncomfortable, you build the kind of mental toughness that allows you to thrive in any situation. Confidence isn't built by avoiding challenges. It's built by facing them, overcoming them, and proving to yourself that you can handle anything. Your ability to adapt is directly linked to your ability to learn. The most successful people are lifelong learners. They read, they study, they seek mentorship, and they constantly refine their skills. The moment you think you have all the answers is the moment you start falling behind. The world is constantly evolving, industries change, markets shift, and new technologies emerge. Those who stay ahead are the ones who are willing to evolve with it. If you want to win, you have to commit to growth, to constantly improving, to becoming better every single day. Your environment plays a huge role in your ability to adapt. If you're surrounded by people who resist change, who complain about challenges instead of finding solutions, you will absorb that mindset. But if you surround yourself with people who thrive under pressure, who embrace obstacles, who push forward no matter what, you will adopt that same mentality. Success is contagious, but so is failure. Who you surround yourself with will either elevate you or hold you back. The truth is, obstacles are not there to stop you. They are there to shape you. Every challenge is an opportunity to develop a new skill, build resilience, and become stronger. The faster you learn to embrace this truth, the faster you accelerate your success. The greatest breakthroughs come from the toughest challenges. Celebrate, then scale. Most people make the mistake of constantly chasing the next goal without ever acknowledging their progress. They hit a milestone and immediately shift their focus to the next target. While ambition is crucial, failing to celebrate your wins can drain your energy, kill your motivation, and make success feel empty. Acknowledging your progress isn't about slowing down. It's about reinforcing the habits and mindset that got you there in the first place. Success is built on momentum, and momentum is built by stacking small wins. When you recognize and celebrate your progress, you train your brain to associate effort with reward. This is how you sustain motivation for the long haul. If you're always focused on what's next without ever appreciating what you've accomplished, you create a cycle of dissatisfaction where nothing ever feels like enough. But when you take the time to acknowledge how far you've come, you build the emotional fuel needed to keep pushing forward. Celebration isn't about throwing a party for every small victory. It's about consciously recognizing your growth. It's about reflecting on what worked, what lessons you learned, and how you can build on that success. When you achieve a goal, don't just move on. Analyze it. What actions led to this result? How can you replicate it on a larger scale? Success leaves clues, and if you take the time to study your own wins, you create a blueprint for even greater achievements. Most people think success is about one big breakthrough, but it's really about mastering the process. Once you've proven that you can achieve a certain level of success, the next step is scaling it. Scaling isn't just about doing more, it's about doing things smarter, more efficiently, and with greater impact. If you've built a skill, how can you leverage it? If you've created a business, how can you expand it? If you've developed a system that works, how can you optimize it to produce even greater results? Scaling requires shifting your mindset from working harder to working smarter. Most people get stuck because they try to do everything themselves. But true growth comes from leverage, leveraging people, systems, technology, and resources. The highest achievers don't just work more hours. They find ways to multiply their efforts. They delegate, automate, and build teams that amplify their impact. If you're spending time on low-value tasks, you're limiting your potential. The key to scaling is focusing on what moves the needle the most and eliminating everything else. One of the biggest mistakes people make when scaling is losing sight of the fundamentals. They achieve success and start cutting corners, assuming they no longer need to do the things that got them there. But the truth is, the fundamentals never stop mattering. Whether you're at the beginning or scaling to the highest level, the habits, discipline, and work ethic that created success must remain in place. Growth is not about abandoning what works, it's about doubling down on it while optimizing and expanding. Another key to scaling is maintaining hunger. Many people slow down once they achieve a certain level of success. They get comfortable, complacent, and stop pushing themselves. But those who truly achieve greatness never stop striving for more. They are constantly raising the bar, setting new challenges, and pushing beyond their limits. They don't settle because they understand that success is not a destination. It's a continuous process of growth, evolution, and expansion. Scaling isn't just about business or finances. It applies to every area of life. If you've improved your health, how can you take it to the next level? If you've strengthened your relationships, how can you deepen them even further? If you've mastered a skill, how can you leverage it to create even greater impact? Growth is a lifelong game, and those who keep playing at the highest level are the ones who never stop pushing forward. That's it. That's the game plan. You now have everything you need to transform your life in the next 6 months. But here's the deal. Information alone does nothing. Execution is everything. You can sit here, nod your head, and feel inspired, or you can take massive, relentless action and make it happen. The choice is yours. Success is not for the lucky. It's for the committed, the disciplined, the ones who refuse to settle, the ones who don't just listen to this message but live it. So go out there and make it happen. Take control of your mind, master your energy, show up with unshakable discipline, adapt to every obstacle, and scale your success beyond what you ever imagined. This is your time. This is your moment. No more waiting, no more excuses. It's time to step into the next level. I'll see you at the top, and remember, this is Tony Robbins Traction, where we turn motivation into transformation. Now go make it happen.